Slow, calm, reflective tone. Most people believe they're thinking for themselves. Pause. They believe every move they make is intentional. Slight emphasis. Every choice feels personal. Every direction feels chosen. Short pause, but if you strip away the excuses, the habits, the routines, and the stories people tell themselves, lower voice, something uncomfortable appears underneath it all. Pause, most people are not deciding. Emphasis, they're drifting. Pause, they're reacting to pressure. Following patterns they never questioned. Repeating emotional reflexes they inherited years ago. Slightly darker tone, they call it personality. They call it instinct. But most of the time, it's conditioning wearing a mask. Reflective tone, look closely at the average life and you'll see repetition everywhere. Pause between each, same conversations, same fears, same reactions, same mistakes dressed up in different clothes. Slight emphasis, someone says they want freedom, but every decision they make protects comfort instead. Someone says they want success, but they spend years avoiding the discomfort required to build it. Someone says they want peace, but they keep choosing environments that destroy their mind because chaos feels familiar. Pause. And the strange part is that they don't even notice it happening. Storytelling tone. A man wakes up every morning hating his work. He complains about it constantly. He tells his friends he was meant for more. He imagines different futures late at night while scrolling through videos of people living lives he envies. Slow down. Yet every morning he repeats the exact same day. Same route, same coffee, same excuses. Pause. Months become years. Years become decades. Then one day he says life moved too fast. Lower tone, but life didn't move fast. Emphasis, he stood still. Deep reflective tone. That's the danger most people never understand. Your life is not shaped by dramatic moments alone. It's shaped by tiny, repeated decisions nobody notices while they're happening. Pause. A sentence you didn't say. A risk you avoided. A habit you repeated. A fear you obeyed. A conversation you delayed. Short pause. Those little moments seem harmless at the time. Then years later you realize they built your entire future without asking permission. Philosophical tone. A philosopher once wrote that men rarely lose their lives all at once. They lose them gradually. Through compromise. Through hesitation, through small acts of surrender repeated, so often they become identity. Slow, emotional emphasis, that's how people disappear while still breathing. Not because they lacked talent, not because they lacked intelligence, but because they never learned how to think clearly when life became uncertain. Pause, and uncertainty is where real life begins. Stronger tone, anybody can act when the answer is obvious. Anybody can move when success is guaranteed. Anybody can sound confident after the outcome is already known. Pause. But the quality of your thinking is revealed in moments where nothing is certain. Slight emphasis. When you don't know if the risk will pay off. When the path is unclear. When every option carries loss. When fear is loud. When comfort is tempting. When waiting feels safer than deciding. Pause. That is where futures split apart. Storytelling tone. There are people right now living lives they secretly hate because they made emotional decisions 10 years ago and never corrected them. There are others who built extraordinary lives not because they were special, but because they learned how to think one level deeper than everyone around them. Emphasis, that difference changes everything. Slow introduction tone. A man named Adrian learned this the hard way. When Adrian was younger, he believed intelligence alone would save him. He was the kind of person people called gifted early in life. Quick answers, strong memory, good grades. Everyone assumed he would become successful because success seemed automatic for people like him. Pause. But intelligence without clarity becomes dangerous. Reflective tone. Adrian spent years trapped in endless preparation. He researched everything, planned everything, analyzed everything, yet somehow nothing meaningful ever changed. Slightly faster rhythm. He read business books without starting businesses, studied fitness without training consistently, learned about communication while avoiding difficult conversations. He mistook information for movement. Lower voice, and because he sounded smart, nobody questioned him. Emphasis, that's one of the most dangerous traps in modern life. You can become intellectually entertained by progress without actually progressing. You can consume motivation every day and still remain completely unchanged. Your brain rewards you for gathering knowledge even when you never apply it. Pause, so people feel productive while standing still. Dark reflective tone. Adrian became an expert at that illusion. Storytelling tone. One night, he met an older man named Victor during a delayed train ride home. Victor looked ordinary at first. Worn jacket, calm face, quiet posture. But there was something unsettling about him. Slow, deliberate tone. He spoke slowly, like every sentence had already survived years of testing before leaving his mouth. Adrian started complaining about life the way many people do when they meet strangers they'll probably never see again. He spoke about missed opportunities, lack of direction, fear of making the wrong decision, the economy, timing, bad luck, competition. Pause. He spoke for nearly 20 minutes straight. Victor listened without interrupting once. Pause for impact. Then he asked a single question. Lower, deliberate voice. How long have you been waiting for certainty? Adrian laughed awkwardly. What do you mean? Victor stared out the train window. Deep, calm tone. You keep talking like life owes you guarantees before you act. Pause. That sentence stayed in Adrian's head long after the conversation ended. Because it was true. Reflective tone. Most people treat uncertainty like a warning sign. They believe confusion means stop. Risk means retreat. Fear means don't move. But uncertainty is not evidence you're on the wrong path. Emphasis. It's evidence you're alive in a real situation where outcomes are not controlled. The people who build meaningful lives are not fearless. Pause. They simply stop demanding certainty before action. Slow transition tone. Weeks after meeting Victor, Adrian began noticing something uncomfortable. Almost every major decision in his life had been based on avoiding discomfort instead of building the future he actually wanted. He chose jobs for security, not growth. He stayed quiet to avoid conflict. He delayed risks to avoid embarrassment. He remained in relationships that drained him because loneliness frightened him more. Pause. Everything looked reasonable from the outside. But underneath it all was fear managing his entire life. Emphasis. Most people never realize how much of their personality is actually avoidance behavior. Someone says they're cautious. Pause. Sometimes they're terrified. Someone says they're realistic. Sometimes they've surrendered. Someone says they're patient. Sometimes they're hiding from failure. Someone says they're overthinking because they care deeply. Sometimes they're simply afraid to decide. Lower voice. Fear becomes extremely dangerous when it learns how to sound intelligent. Calm tone. Adrian began changing slowly. Not dramatically,